Hello guys, Crispy here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing the Radeon RX 550 4GB model in Forza Horizon 5. This one is the Afox model of the card. We are running it with the latest AMD drivers as usual, and I'm not overclocking it. You can see all of its specs here in Tech Power Up's GPU-Z. It's released back in 2017. It has 512 shading units, and it's the 4GB of GDDR5 version of the card, as I told you. Also, it's based on the Lexa architecture. Over on the left, we're pairing it with a Ryzen 9 5900X and 32GB of RAM. These are extremely overkill specs for a 550, obviously, but you will get exactly the same FPS if you pair this card with like a Ryzen 5 1400, an i3 10100F, even the 9100F should be absolutely fine for a card like this, and 16GB of RAM. So let's get right into it now, shall we? So we're playing this at 1080p resolution first. We're also going to test this one at 720p because there is no 900p option again for some reason. And over on the graphic settings, we're using the high settings preset, and of course I think we will definitely need to drop it to a more reasonable preset here for the 550, but I just want to see what it's capable of like this first. This is kind of unexpected. This GPU is surprising me so much these days, guys. I forgot that I had it in my collection, honestly. That's why I haven't tested it for so long, but it is getting 30 plus. It's not gonna get 30 plus all of the time, because in the city area it's definitely gonna drop from 30 and it's gonna be pretty terrible, but I can't deny this is so much better than what I expected. I saw. Did you see that? The horizon just disappeared. It's Forza No Horizon 5. Why do I keep doing these jokes? Stop! Crisp, can you please? Okay, I'm gonna focus a little bit more now, okay? I am trying not to hit the trees now. The trees are our friends, of course. They give us a lot of oxygen and stuff, which is very important for us to live. It's actually one of the most important things. Without it, we'd be nothing. The 1030 was a lot worse than this. In newer titles, the 550 is a lot better than that card, and they used to sell for around the same price, so it's very impressive that the 550 can actually perform so well compared to the 1030 in this game. Getting really close to 30 frames per second. I think if you lock the FPS... Oh, I got a little bit confused there. If you lock the FPS to 30, and if you overclock the card a little bit to get like 5 to 10% more performance out of it, you can actually get 1.5 to 3 more frames per second, and that's gonna be really good. That will put it at 30 frames all of the time, which is amazing for a card like this. Not here though. Tunnel areas are very intensive, and especially getting out of the tunnels, it drops by a lot, and over here it's dropping a little bit as well. So if you don't want to OC the card, well, maybe 1080p high settings is not for you, but you know what? I am still super impressed, and I consider this a playable experience for a 550. I almost said a 710. It's the habit, guys. Let's go 720p resolution. Just gonna resize the on-screen display here. This is a Riva tuner that I'm using, by the way. And okay, 1280 by 720 using high settings preset. Same thing. Also, MSAA is turned on, but in this game it doesn't affect your FPS. It drops frames by 1 or 2. I guess you could disable it to achieve like more 30 FPS most of the time at 1080p high. But here we go, 720p high settings, getting 40s right now, guys. That's amazing. Oh boy. Coming into this, I honestly thought it would be terrible at high settings. I thought we'd come into this at 1080p high, play for like 30 seconds at 20 frames per second and drop it down to 720p right away. But that's not the case. It was playable. It is still playable. 720p high settings. If you have a smaller monitor, this might be the way to go, because high looks way better than medium in this game, and medium looks way better than low and very low. Very low looks like Asphalt 5 or something like that. One of those mobile games from 10 years ago. Looking back at the entire city right now, 36, 35. It's good. It's good now. Look at that. It only drops getting out of the tunnel only slightly to 28. That's crazy, guys. That's absolutely phenomenal performance for an RX 550. Damn. Alright, we're also playing online, by the way, so there is less traffic and it's a little bit less intensive. Keep that in mind. So what I'm gonna do now is play a little bit of a circuit around here. In the city area, which is super intensive, and it's gonna render a lot more cars in the screen as well, and we're gonna see the FPS dropping a little bit. Alright, here we go, and apparently for the RX 550, having a lot of cars in the screen at once doesn't really matter too much. It's getting around the same FPS, maybe a little bit lower, of course, that's to be expected, but ooh, 28 there. Okay. It's not terrible though. If you get really close to the cars, that's when things get really bad, I guess. Or maybe it was just a one-off, little stutter there. Because now it's okay, it's fine. Can I look back, please? Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna try to get really close to these cars right here. Yeah, not a problem now. Even in racing areas, even in races, it's pretty smooth with a lot of cars around you. Okay, what I want to do now is get it back to 1080p. Here we go. I will resize that in a little bit and set it down to medium settings. And I won't test it below medium settings because it starts looking pretty bad. So yeah, medium settings should be a pretty good middle ground between performance and visuals for this card. Back to it, let's go. 45 frames per second. I think we were getting like 35 previously, so this is way better. 10 FPS improvement is very, very welcomed when we're talking about 30 to 40 frames per second, you know, most of the time. Let's go. I don't really... Ooh, damn, that was close. I don't really know the way, guys. I need Ugandan knuckles to show me the way. Oh boy, what have I remembered now? I don't know. Or maybe Mandalorian. You know, this is the way. This is the way. Oh, come on. Oh, we lost one mirror. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. We still got the other one. Everything is fine. Okay. It's all good. Performance is actually really great. Once again, I totally did not expect these results. I thought it would get like 30 FPS at medium settings, 20 FPS at high settings. So it's a very nice surprise to see that it's completely playable and actually really smooth. Zero stutters whatsoever here. Maybe with the 2 gig variant of this card it would stutter a little bit, but well, that's normal these days with 2 gig cards basically. But I think it would still do a pretty decent job anyways. Definitely way better than the GT 1030. There we go. 30 FPS. 32. Didn't really change by all that much, honestly, compared to high. Ah, gosh. That little ledge is only there to catch us off guard, guys. Yeah. Bastards. The developers are always laughing at my videos, basically, probably. Anyway, 32. Getting inside of the tunnel. Ooh, it doesn't even drop here. Outside of it, 30 FPS. Oh boy, this is amazing. Now, the thing is, during the day, it actually drops more when you get out of the tunnel. But this is still very impressive there. Also, that wasn't really an artifact or anything. It's just me clicking the right arrow key. All right, I like the experience here at 1080p. I think I would choose to play like this if you want the 30 plus FPS experience all of the time. Maybe high settings, locked 30 with a little bit of an overclock if you don't mind some drops here and there. And now at 720p using the medium settings. Can we reach 60, please? Come on, almost there. Come on, look in that direction. Yes, 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 60 FPS right there. Oh, yeah. How buttery smooth is that, my friends? Okay, you can even get pretty decent graphics still with very good smoothness. No, gosh, I swear, the trees are like magnets in this game. What the hell? I have never crashed so many times, I think, in a Forza Horizon 5 video. I don't know what's happening today. Maybe it's the Bugatti. The Bugatti sucks. I'm glad I don't have a Bugatti in real life. Yeah, definitely. So 39, 40 frames per second there. Not bad. Good improvement. Okay. Oh, thought that one was a player. Okay, I always have some little excuse for why I am doing so badly. Yeah, previously it was the developer's fault, before that it was the controller. It's always the controller in this video, actually. Yes. Getting into the tunnel 40s, getting out of it 37. This is really solid now. Now, just to see it during the day, please, come on, Bugatti, stop doing that crap. Come on. I can do this. All right, there we go. Here we go now. It's the race. We got the BMW with the GT710 for the... Well, the GT710 for the win is always there. But yeah, it's not getting different FPS. We were getting around the same FPS in the city area, right? While we were driving without any traffic whatsoever. It always drops a little bit there at the beginning when you crash for the first time into the cars. When I crash for the first time, you guys are probably way better drivers than I am, so you're probably not going to crash as often. But yeah, it is very enjoyable even at 720p in a race. Medium settings, super great. Doesn't really differ all that much, guys. You can definitely buy this game if you haven't already, and if you haven't played it, or maybe buy Game Pass to play this game with your RX 550. It's definitely worth it. You can have a great experience with it. Alright, that's it. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'll catch you in the next one very soon, and as always, love you all. Bye-bye.